Hello everyone, Ryan from Huckabye here, and today we're going to be discussing click-through rate, or CTR as it's referred to. So, click-through rate is normally something that is used in or misconstrued to be used with paid campaigns or paid advertising. Click-through rate is actually defined as how many times you show on Google search, which is called an impression, divided by how many times someone actually clicks on that result. So here at this point, what do you consider a good click-through rate? Well, it's not necessarily what you consider a good click-through rate. It's more what you're targeting as far as a keyword is concerned. So at this point, it's really good to understand that branded keywords, those are going to have an insanely high click-through rate. At this point, you'll kind of want to ask yourself, well, what is a good click-through rate? There's really no definable way to say, okay, well, is 1% a good click-through rate or is 5% a good click-through rate? Really, it's going to be determined based on what keyword you're going after. So for instance, if you were just going after top 10 safety tips, well, okay, that's very, very broad, and you're probably going to have a really low click-through rate unless it was, top 10 safety tips for construction workers or top 10 safety tips for OSHA workers. Things on those lines. So you want to keep that in mind when picking out your keywords. So now looking at some of the keywords that we're seeing here for Huckabye, once again, the branding is going to be really, really high. So one of the other things that you want to keep into consideration is that your average click-through rate across all keywords. Well, that's going to be really, really low. So you want to make sure that you isolate specific keywords into exactly what their click-through rate is. So down here you see Huckabye at 60.4, dynamic rendering. Obviously those are way above that 0.4% range, but that encompasses all 1,000 of the keywords that Search Console can actually index and track there. So if you're wanting to filter through and figure out which ones have a high click-through rate or a low click-through rate, and you want to improve that low click-through rate, you can simply just click on the filter there, or you can simply click on the sort at this point, and you'll see, hey, maybe those specific keywords have impressions, but they don't have clicks on them. So that's something that is an easy way to actually isolate keywords that you might want to work on your website to kind of increase those. So that's a real quick description of what click-through rate or CTR is. It doesn't just apply to paid, it applies to organic as well. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.